My name is Trevor, and I just want to share with you guys my poetry, my testimony through my words is what I've seen growing up and my life experiences. And I wrote this poem, a letter to my folks, and I performed it last night at SOOON, stand-up poetry with other poets. So this is my piece, a letter to my folks. I want to take this point of time to take time out to acknowledge two inspirations in my life as I pour my heart out and pour my soul into every poetry line. Every punctuation of every communication, hear my heart beat into this rhyme. I was brought up in the west side of these hard streets, but then again I was raised in the south. This is where my heart beats. But recognize the genocide of what's deep without disguise as I open my mouth out to speak. I speak from the heart and soul, I'm just being me. We didn't have much growing up, but Mama still provide. I cried every night for a father figure in my life. I try to keep both parents by my side, but things change and so did our circumstances. So I had to learn to adjust through these hard times, through these dark times. Unconditional love was more than much. We didn't have much, but I appreciated all I had with such. Just a physical touch of unconditional love is what I prayed for. A father-son relationship is what I longed for. To be accepted rather than rejected is what I craved for. The emotions of feeling needed rather than exposed to brokenness when it was heated. Growing up, the pain hurts. I caged in, blocked out all the noises. I tried to escape the nightmares. I tried to roll on with the boys. But in my mind, I'm like, Ma, why was Daddy gone for? Here's a poetry that I wrote a song for. Back in 2011, I wrote a song with my homeboy, Stephen, called A Song from the Heart. We dedicate that to our mum, just our appreciation of what a woman goes through. So it just goes, it's a song from the heart. It's a song from the heart. Growing up being raised by a woman, I was taught how to think like a woman, how to understand a woman. Glazed by a woman, I brought shame to a woman. I regret the pain that I brought to a woman. But again, above all, I was glazed and saved by a woman. I love this quote, how it goes, a man that treats his woman like a princess is a perfect example that he was raised by a queen. Who said a woman can't raise a boy to be a man? I'm a living proof, I'm a living testimony that a solo mother indeed can raise their boy to be a man. I became the man of the house at a young age. I was taught the ropes of life by a woman at a young age. My heart roars in rage. I was taught how to be a woman. I was taught how to be a man by a woman. Watching your mama cry is the hardest thing a son can ever go through, and that's no lie. Because you can feel the pain of emotionless. I'm sensitive, but then again I stand right here heartless, regardless. Why? Because I was brought up fatherless. So my writings capture my heart in this. Because my heart's been through so much, so I'm asking God to guard this. Because I can't take it anymore. I was raised on a benny, living on social welfare. Growing up with a solo mother, she made every amount count with plenty, but no one cared. If we were starving or dead broke, I owe a bank to my parents. I owe my life of many thanks to my parents. From the heart that I wrote, I could never repay the price of their sacrifice. My parents did everything just to provide. Even some nights they would starve, so me and my siblings and I can get through the night. It wasn't easy growing up, but I do thank the Lord till He takes me. Dear Mama, I'll stand by your side, to my last breath, to the very end of time. I was the kid that watched fireworks from my window, because we couldn't afford it. So I watched the laughter and joy of kids as the wind blows. The physical, mental, emotional pain that I went through, the rejection and the neglection and abandonment, not up to their standards, feeling lost and stranded. I was called useless. I stayed ruthless to the abusiveness. But none of that matters. What lives in me is pure, unconditional love. Because of who I have inside of me. No matter what I do, the pain that I brought to my mom and my parents, my dad and my mom, I will always love my parents. I'll try to give them everything. I'll buy them the world. It's the Jesus that lives in me. So before I go to sleep at night, before my pillow soaks, I want to end with this. A letter to my folks. A letter to my folks. Hey, it's your boy Trevor the Young, Inspire. That inspires me to inspire you. Be inspired, man, and I'm inspiring